What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to the first Descendant. We're going to be jumping into this quite a bit for the length of the game's success or failure, but we'll talk about that and how that's going to work out. So I specifically say that because Nexon has had a history I guess we're going to say a history, but it has had some problems with monetization and how players have viewed it. And recently in the past, they did lose a core suit battle for millions, where they were basically, the acquisition rates and things like that for like Maple Story were highly over exaggerated, or less than what it should have been, and they got into a lot of trouble for that. And I think a lot of players who have had the history with playing Nexon type games are a little leery of that. If you were to read the forums, I think that's one of the largest things that you could probably talk about and takeaways from concerns about the first Descendant. The gameplay, the graphics, the Descendants, and everything like that are primed for this game to be a great success. I think one of the things that it has on a comparative game like Warframe is that the models of the characters that you play, they feel very likable in that regard. They probably have a better ability for you to feel enamored with those characters and feel connection with those characters compared to anything else. So let's jump in and take a look at the shop and the battle pass system specifically inside the game, so that way you guys get an idea and overview of what it is that you're expecting.
Let me tell you how I managed to.
So let's take a look, starting with the battle pass. So there's going to be a battle pass inside the shop. You can see here the time remaining on it is going to be 57 days. Seems really weird. These are some of the items that you're going to be able to unlock inside the game. So you can see there's going to be 12 pages of battle pass to basically complete inside the game. So let's take a look at some of the challenges that you're going to have to basically complete for daily tasks. So they're very simple things like clearing missions, defeating enemies in Kingston, clearing outposts, acquiring modules, defeating monsters, and defeating enemies. So nothing necessarily outside the normal gameplay loop that you have. Inside here, you can see for the seasonal rank and everything else like that, it's going to be basically doing some of the very simple things that are going to be required from just completing the story. In that regard, not bad at all. So let's take a look at the battle pass. So here you notice if you purchase the premium pass, automatically you're going to be unlocking a ultimate launcher, which is Sigvor's Proof. Hope I said that right. And then you notice across the pages, you're going to be unlocking some items that basically you're going to need. So for instance, for free, all players will receive the Precision Phase Exchanger. You need these a lot. These are going to be required for you, a lot of upgrades for your weapons and so forth. Descendant XP gains up to 30% for your functional system inside here at level 3. It's going to be really good. You can see here an Ironheart, a spray that depicts an Ironheart wrapped in the veil. So this is a basically cosmetic level item. This is one of the systems that a lot of people were very concerned with, because the paints inside here, people want to paint and color their Descendants to make them look different, and inside here you don't want to have any problems, right, with having that. I think even, for instance, Black Desert has a Merv's palette, which you basically pay for, but a lot of players had the problem with the monetization of that, so they decided to go in a different direction here. So you're starting to notice gold gains being up 30% over here. So that's not for free, that's at a premium. So you can see how the gap basically there, 30% is quite a bit in terms of the gap if you don't have that. So that's quite a bit. Like 30% is a huge thing. It's alternative white, some more precision phase exchanger. You're gonna be able to unlock some caliber, which we'll get into in a moment, so that way you can look at what that is. I always like to make sure I talk about it. And for free, you're gonna be able to unlock the Sigvor's Proof at level 16 inside the battle pass. Next up, you're seeing here how you're going to be able to unlock more items that are going to be needed for you to upgrade your Descendants as you go through. I think a lot of these items are basically mostly cosmetic from what I looked at overall. I think at the top end you were able to unlock some other things that were non-cosmetic inside here. Nope. So even remotes, you can notice that the battle pass, however, is very simplistic. It's not necessarily anything that's It's not anything necessarily that you must have that you won't be able to farm inside the game. So you can look at the premium upgrade for this. This is going to cost you premium upgrade plus 25 season level purchases. I highly don't suggest you. And then it's going to cost you 500 caliber. So what we need to determine is exactly what the caliber rate is versus your dollar value. I always like to talk about that in any game I play because it's highly important. So the first Descendant is a free to play game. It's highly important that you understand that it's free to play, which means that the majority success of the game is dependent upon the microtransactions that come within the shop. This is the way the game earns money. So essentially, if you were to play this game for Destiny, you had to pay, you know, $100 or something like that for your annual pass and your Destiny exclusives. If you were to play just a base level game, you had to pay $50. Well, you know, in that regard, your free to play games thrives on microtransactions. So as long as you don't want to pay for a game and you want to have access to the content, expect that you're going to have to pay some type of value for the content. Immediately, let's take a look at caliber so that way you can understand the cost of what caliber is. So with the premium pass, you notice that it was going to be 500 caliber to unlock. So in order to purchase 500 caliber, you can start to take an idea here, and you can see that for 10 USD, because I'm in the United States, that is going to net you 500 caliber. So for $10 you can purchase the premium pass. This is going to be our benchmark for how we look at purchases in the game, because now we understand that our dollar to caliber ratio is essentially half. So if I was to play a game like Marvel Future Fight, I can look at the value of what my dollar is. There's a 1-to-1 ratio basically inside the game for what I'm paying to play. So 1 crystal is equal to basically that amount of money, or 100 crystals is equal to $1, 200, and so forth. So here, whenever you make a purchase inside this game, you're going to have to be aware that your dollar is essentially halved with the in-game value, which means that when you go into your grind and your currency, that basically equates to a value on the game. So essentially, let's say that it took me an hour to grind 500 caliber from the available options to get caliber in the game. I can then start to weight that against my dollar value as well. So if it was going to take me 10 days to get 500 caliber, now my $10 look a whole lot more than what it was if not. So you're paying for convenience and you're paying for efficiency when you look at that. So you can look at the top end package here for $100. Essentially, you're getting 5,000 caliber. There's a $750 bonus, but we don't take that into account. Showed you guys this with like solo leveling. I've showed you to plenty of videos in my game where I consistently try to show you guys how to basically look at, because it's the same way as if you would go inside a casino or something like that. You want to know what your dollar is weighted in. So it's always going to be, let's go back to the $10 value. It's always going to be 500 caliber for $9.99. So you can look at some of the convenience boosts that they automatically have inside the game already. So essentially, for a 90 caliber is where you're starting off with the value of what you're getting. So if we were to go back to the battle passes and you were to look at the pages inside here, you notice that you get the boost over here for 30% XP gain. So you can compare that to the 90 value inside the shop, right? And that basically gives you a weighted value for what those things have in equations. So you're doing it's not necessarily a 1-to-1 math, because you know you're basically looking at it as like, is that $2 basically for you to get that gold, those gold boost in there for 30%. So you can see the additional benefits, they go up where you can purchase additional ones to basically get. The thing I don't like about a convenience item like these is that these aren't necessarily just convenience. These items represent more than convenience. They represent pay to win boost inside the game. So if we end up with how our players accelerating their state of play, well, there you go. And you notice these last a certain amount of days inside here. So at a maximum of 30 days for 575 caliber, you're looking at a 30-day gold boost if you just want it for 3 days, 7 days, 14 days, and then 30 days. So this should probably be included in some type of seasonal pass or battle pass where I just get those net benefits of a 30-day bonus pack. If it's not already in the shop, know that it's probably coming. That's just the truth of the matter. Just be prepared for that. But you know, 30% boost on anything like gold and XP, that comes at a heavy price. And you notice that they've separated the gold, the Descendant, and the weapon boost as well. So you're almost looking at 10, 10, and 10, $30 to just get those boosts from the weapon proficiency, the gold proficiency, and the Descendant boost. So that's, just think about it as a free-to-play player, you're operating at least 30% behind the curve if you don't purchase these boosts and these packs and so forth. So it's like playing Black Desert, for instance, and I've got, you know, I get my value pack, boost pack, or whatever that I'm paying for, and then I have those available to me. So just think about it that way. You notice as well that we have a starter package, a bundle of items that help you grow, premium package, enhancement packages, and then premium packages. This is to be expected of most free-to-play games, where you're going to basically see those 500 caliber being a starting point. Basically $10 is going to net you a bunch of modules, bunch of gold gains, Kuiper shard gains, equipment slots, consumable slots, storage slots. So typically when I see things like that, that means that I know that I'm going to run into a problem of managing inventory space, and they're going to sell me that inventory at a premium price. Next up, we have some cosmetic items. Now I typically don't put a value necessarily on cosmetic items when I'm viewing them, because they're just that, they're cosmetic items. You purchase them if you want, and you don't have to use them if you don't. It's just completely up to you. And the value there is really hard to talk about and how you do them as well. You notice that they also have things like makeup for 50 caliber inside of here. That's not a bad price necessarily on cosmetics. Not a fan of those either. And then we had these during the betas, where they essentially gave these away to us for free, you know. So you had like a dark matter upgrade for Ajax's head skin inside of here. Looked pretty cool, I guess, depending on how you look at it. You can see some of the other exclusive head skins for some of the other characters inside the game, and they're probably going to release more of those. You also notice that there are premium skins. We did get some of these premium skins when we were playing the game as well. So I think like the Ajax Undisclosed Project was available, and if I remember correctly, Lepic's Reaper of the Battlefield was also available. I can't remember which other ones. I know we had like Volby's Midnight Waves that was available, and I think that was it that I really got to play with. So these are essentially cosmetic premium skins that don't really provide you any benefits to the character in any way, shape, or form. They just provide you just a skin look at 750. So they're basically selling you skins for roughly about $15. Yeah, give or take $15, 750. Yeah, it's about $1,500 for a skin. We also have limited or evolved skins. So you can see here Bunny Speedy Awakened 1 set, and you can see how this uniform is going to look first. So basically you're looking this is a pretty expensive Awakened 1 set inside of here. In terms of skin, 1900 caliber. Remember, we were just working off the fact that $10 is 500 caliber. So you do the math on this one. Let's say it's 2000. That's $40 for this Awakened set for Bunny. It's pretty expensive. It's pretty expensive for limited skins, and you can see some of the ones that they have available for you down here below, where it's going to be very, you know, standard fare made uniforms, you know, whatever you guys go for. Next up, we have Descendants. The Ultimate Descendant bundles are inside the game. So if you wanted to, instead of grinding towards your Ultimate Descendants, you could purchase those Descendants right away. So as I told you, the ones that are available to you now are going to be like Viessa, Lepic, Ajax, Bunny, and Glay. So let's take a look at the most popular one here, which is going to be Bunny. I'm pretty sure people will want to see this. So this is going to be your Bunny skin that you're going to basically get. So 5,000 caliber. 5,000 caliber. So essentially $100, right, is what we're basically looking at inside here. That's what you're going to have to purchase this for. $100 for the Ultimate Bunny set inside here. So you get the maximum power Bunny. This is her uniform. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to want that, you know, Boba and Boobas. It's completely up to you guys whether or not you purchase these. Also with her head skin that she has inside of here, the Predator head skin, the Apex Predator body armor, which looks really cool and all white. And then no, I just showed you that. And then you have like the double wing accessory kit that's on the back here, showing on Ajax. I'm not sure why, maybe just because I have him. And then you have like a spawn icon inside here for thunder and lightning for them coming in. Okay, and then we get some energy activators in the game as well, along with some crystallization catalysts. You will need plenty of these, and then you'll also get an additional Descendant slot as well. So that's $100 for you to basically purchase the ultimate bundles. For likewise, you also have just the baseline ultimate packs for 3000 caliber, so essentially half the price, because you're basically looking at maybe about $60 here, where you're basically unlocking the same character. So nah, I didn't want to take a look at that. We'll take a look at Bunny, and you can see here you're just basically unlocking, without the crystallizations, some of the, you know, the base level items inside here. So you can see this one, it's pretty much the similar suit inside there, and the Apex Predator head, and then the Apex Predator suit. So not a whole lot difference in between what you're getting here for this, with the example of the transmat or the spawn location, the energy activators, the crystallization catalyst, and so forth. So you're out those Descendant slots and the back wing attachment. You're just getting the 3 items inside of there, just the ultimate bunny for $60. So that's a lot. I think the value here is going to rub people the wrong way, because there's going to be a hard determination in terms of like what the actual value of these ultimates are and what the items that come along with these characters are. This is a complete to you purchase kind of thing, so just be aware of that. We also have here the Descendants and Descendant ticket packages. So you can see here, I don't know why they call them popular, because we haven't done anything to unlock them. But here you can see, for instance, this is a ticket purchase, so you can purchase any one of the Descendants without necessarily having to go through the grind of unlocking the character. So you can see it can be purchased once per account. This product includes a Descendant, whether it's Lepic, Viessa, Ajax, Bunny, Freyna, Sharon, Blair, that can be acquired by playing early stages of the game. This product includes boosts and a slot item that are applied immediately upon purchase. It's also going to give you 3 days worth of those XP boosts. So you remember that these XP boosts were roughly about $5 a piece, or depending on how you look, $10 depending on the 30-day range of these. So I think these were less than that or whatever. So you can purchase around and not have to basically grind out, but these things are available for you to grind out for characters. So I think, for instance, the intrigue here is going to be that Ajax was the first Descendant that you picked. If you were me, or you had the option between Lepic or Viessa, you didn't have the option Bunny, and I think there's going to be a lot of people who want to be Bunny. So you basically get people into paying that for that package there for basically essentially $10 to be able to unlock those characters. And they give you A, B, or C, but they're all basically the same. So you can see here, Jaber, Glay, Volby, and Enzo are available from the package B. And then in package C, you have Kyle, Esmo, and Eugen. Esmo and Eugen are the new characters, so you can see the weighted value in these as well have increased slightly. So basically from about $10 to as much as $20 in order to unlock these Descendant packages, or you can unlock the Descendants basically just themselves with inside here. So Esmo and Eugen are essentially, you know, $20 Descendants with Kyle as well. So you're getting about $20 there. And then you can see Enzo, Volby are going to be about, you know, I guess $15, something like that. And then your Descendants that are available at writ large, probably early on in the game, are going to just be about $300, or probably roughly about $7 inside game. And then lastly, like we said, the battle pass is available here. So that's the items inside the shop. I think the main point of contention will probably be with the cost of caliber inside the game, especially at these rates. Like I said, $100 is essentially 5,000 caliber. And if you look at the most expensive items in the game, that is the purchase of the ultimate Descendants for $100 or $60 in terms of what you're getting there. So if you go back here, you notice that to get that 3,000 caliber is essentially $69.99 or $3,000. The question is going to really be, when you look at the shop and the battle pass items, is how much of the caliber is able to be earned in game versus you just having to spend that money outright. So you notice, for instance, inside the battle pass, there were very little caliber increments. So there's here 25 caliber inside the battle pass, another 25, so we got maybe 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 275, 200, 225, 250, 275. So 300 caliber is basically what you're going to be able to earn with inside the shop here. Now, you know, it's not a whole lot, so just take that into consideration in terms of, like, compared to the item prices inside there. The 300 caliber is essentially enough for you to basically buy and purchase and skip to get a Descendant, and that's basically it. So that's the shop, that's the battle pass. I think that should answer most of you guys' questions about the system. I don't think these look all too different from what we currently have inside games like Warframe, or if you were to even look at, for instance, like Destiny, where you're not necessarily paying for the characters, but you will pay for a convenience to skip the character from having to play the stories, and that could be and range up to as much as $20 for any one leveled expansion that you've basically missed. So you're essentially purchasing the character skip to have all of the features there at about $20 per character. So think about it in that regard. You've played a lot of mobile games where essentially they're selling you on characters, and those characters are rated at about $50 to $100 in current day. Remember, the way that you spend your money as a gaming community is ultimately determined how the developers are going to charge you for games. So for instance, I recently did a video with Marvel Future Fight where they were essentially trying to sell us Franklin Richards for $40 with some content that was totally bullshit to me, and especially for a character like Franklin Richards, who's a Transcendent type character, and it was $40. So when you compare that to a game like the first Descendant, where they're relying on you having all of this other stuff that's basically built into the character, you have to be the determining. I'm not telling you how to spend your dollars. You have to be the ultimate determinant for that. I hope you guys spend wisely, and that you spend as you see fit, with your level of enjoyment from the game. At the very minimum, I always say to players, I look at the amount of time and length I have played a game to weight it towards how much I am willing to spend in a game on a weekly to monthly basis. That has always been my barometer. So if I've played that game for 6 to 10 hours in a day or something like that, then maybe I'm willing to spend $40 to $50. If I've played it for 100 plus hours, then I find more value in a game, especially if it's going to maintain the longevity and life that I have, where it's going to bring me back to that game and I'm not spending money other places because I'm having fun enjoying the game. But you choose on your own discretion how your wallet moves. If you're a kid, go ask mom and dad before you actually take any actions with inside this game and spend any money. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe. Until next time, peace.